We don't get to. Well, we don't edit jack squat. I mean,
All right.
all right, take go. So this is going to be Moon Knight versus Taskmaster. We're currently filling in for Splash today. I'm Skinny. This is my boy Sin.
Yo, what's up, guys?
And yeah, I'm going to be repping Moon Knight, and he's going to be repping Taskmaster. So without further ado, Sin, since I did the intro, you want to start?
Sure. So basically, my argument is that Taskmaster has better skill, and since he usually is the type to end the fight very quickly, that's what he's gonna do against Moon Knight.
All right. Oh, and disclaimer from Zach: we're going to prevent this from being an 8-hour debate this time. So
Okay.
yeah,
And also,
so we'll just.
we have to neglect their fight.
Oh yeah, we're neglecting their fight. Does it even make? Is it even that big of a deal though?
Nah,
Like the fight?
that's what Splash's rules were.
Oh yeah, Splash. Yeah, Splash says. All right. So for my argument, I'm going to say that skill wise, I think they're about relatively even. I think that Moon Knight's unpredictable nature and his ability to rival that of Deadpool will give him an edge in this fight. That and his superior gear and ability to take with him items, armor into battle, which I think will give Taskmaster a run for his money. So I guess I'll just start off with this. Moon Knight is comparable to, if not better than Deadpool in terms of craziness and his ability to fight him. He's actually beaten him twice. Once was in a hospital, and the second time he came back with a vengeance, knowing how to beat his healing factor. I'll post him in the chat down there, but basically, there's other instances of him messing with Daredevil for Deadpool, for example. Oh no, I'm taking a while to send scans. That's tough. In Deadpool Kills in Marvel Universe 2, out of all the heroes that went after Deadpool, the only one who was crazy enough to actually find him was Moon Knight. His suit form, not even full armored form. He went off, found him, and Deadpool was like, "Oh, son of a gun! I should have known you guys were the one to find me," because he Punisher with him. And out of everyone else, the only hero that actually stood a chance against Deadpool in a fight was Gwenpool herself. This man's whack. So I don't think that's my argument for, skill terms and stuff. It's taking a minute to. I only have one bar, so it might take a minute to send scans, but it's coming.
Damn. Oh, so basically, my counter to that is, although Taskmaster does have trouble with Deadpool's unpredictability, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So even though he has troubles with Deadpool's unpredictability, right? He still, when he stops predicting him, there have been times when he just stops predicting him and then just goes to the other fighting skills that he has in his arsenal, right? So he literally just says, "Oh, so I guess I'll stop predicting you," and he says, "Well, Punisher's been doing pretty well against you," and then he copies Punisher and bullies him, right? So once he figures out that Moon Knight is not going to be predicted, right? He's just going to go into his other fighting styles that he's copied.
At the end of the comic, though, Daredevil did whoop him, though, right? He kicked him over the boat at the end.
Deadpool?
At the end. He got some shots in, but then Deadpool kicked him over the boat. And while he was climbing up, some random kid cut his ladder and he fell into the ocean. So, but I do concede to this that it's definitely not going to be like Moon Knight just acts like Daredevil and stomps him. I do agree with you that he should be able to, similar to the example you posted there, land hits. But this brings into my next thing. This man is so insane he can't feel pain, and he likes to be hurt. Like he's a sadist by definition. He's a sadist. Yeah, he likes pain and whatnot. That's why he a lot of times with people that like random street thugs and stuff, he will purposely hurt them as much as possible. And in his case, he is so crazy that not only do the voices in his head not know what he's doing at times, but he is also capable of shrugging off gunshot bullets that go clean through his leg and simply grunting at the pain, which I'll show you there. Also, my connection's working a little better, so that's nice. I had to open my mouth. All right, well, there it is. So it says there, so he gets shot through the knee, and he says, "Relax, I'm far too borderline psychotic to feel pain." Nearly there, anyway. But um, so I think this might give him an edge in terms of the fighting abilities, right? In terms of like how much damage he can take and just how long he can last against Taskmaster. Because I feel like one of the reasons why Taskmaster doesn't just body Captain America or anything like that is because of like physical stats on his opponent's side, which he naturally compensates for by copying their fighting styles. But I think in this case, yeah.
In this case, he could just go through some of the better fighters that he's copied. He's copied Captain America's fighting style very well. Like he copies it so much that he can teach people how to do it. Right. Basically, there was this like fake guy that they were trying to make Captain America, and Taskmaster trains him to become the new Captain America. Let me see if I can get a scan of that. He's also copied Iron Fist, Spider-Man, a lot of like people, right? So
yeah,
it's
he
not
can do that in the seat, can
he? Yeah,
he? Was like Daredevil or something. Yeah,
and he's also there was this one time, right, that this guy was just training him how to use chi, right, and basically he's like, Taskmaster's not paying attention, right? And he tells him, "Okay, yo, you gonna pay attention because this took me like 10 years to perfect." And basically, the technique is that he's teaching him how to like stop people's hearts with a punch. And Taskmaster goes, "Oh, it took you 10 years to learn this? Well, it took me 10 minutes."
Yeah, it is impressive. I'm gonna say that. But what I'm going for primarily here is the physical edge that he should have. Like I think that because of his Deadpool-esque fighting abilities and his insane. Like, let me ask you this: do you think that Taskmaster will try and copy Moon Knight?
In the first few seconds, but when he realizes that he's like, "Oh, this guy's just gonna keep like taking hits. Okay, let me just switch to something else."
Right.
I don't think he's gonna be that stubborn in trying to copy his fighting style.
I agree, but I think that brief moment when he tries it could be deadly, especially with Moon Knight's gear and abilities. Moon Knight has adamantium blades and weaponry, as shown here, and he can also spam the suckers. He has little devices on his wrist which he can use. And his staff is made of him. He was fighting against Gambit there, and it's taking him into low. But so he's fighting Gambit, and Nova comes in trying to blitz him. And he was commenting on how Gambit's staff has like some sort of psionic energy, something that connects him to it. He's like, "Thank God my stuff is adamantium. It's worth every penny."
Mm-hmm.
And on top of that, he also has carbonadium armor, which is strong enough to, with his own strength, he is capable of holding up buildings, crush cars, toss cars, all types of stuff, and tank hits from the Hulk himself.
I mean, yeah. How consistent do you feel that is? Don't you feel that's a little? That's a little wonky. Hulk tends to like hold back against humans anyway, as well. And basically, Taskmaster's skill, right? Even when he starts like the fight, right? He's still gonna be able to like parry these attacks, right? Or dodge the crest that he throws at him. With the many acrobatic styles he's copied. He literally copied Daredevil's ability and knows how to fight. Like when he copies Daredevil's ability, he pretty much closes his eyes. he's able to like fight while closing his eyes. He literally bodied Elektra while doing that. He's copied Spider. You already know the Spider-Mans, the Daredevils,
Yeah.
the Punishers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Caps. Yeah. Yeah.
So
How
like,
would he get past that armor? Since that thing is made out of pure carbonadium, which is equivalent to adamantium. Does Taskmaster have any weapons that are equivalent to that?
well, so basically, right? That's not. I wouldn't say that's out of Taskmaster's pay grade, right? Because here's him literally stabbing through two Asgardians, right? And their skin is ridiculous. They're like warrior fighters, right? Like regular, he's just like piercing them with like a regular sword, basically. And he could also just go with moves that he doesn't need to actually um like hit you with. Basically, he can like hit like vital areas, right? Like the heart punch, basically.
Mm-hmm. Well, you can't really hit the heart if there's solid metal blocking the fist.
No, it's basically um like the impact, right? It's basically just like the impact of like his fist hitting his chest would cause his heart to stop like that.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. All right, I got you. And just for a few other things, feats that he's done, he's capable of disorientating the Sentry, and he was capable of messing with the Hulk, and he even took hits from Doctor Doom himself. These are all span across multiple comic issues, different writers and stuff. So this seems to be consistent, simply not just in one story, but across the board. There was even a Thor level fighter who him down. This is the example I was bringing up where he's so crazy, even the voices in his head don't know what he's doing. They were all telling him, "Are you trying to run? Are you trying to fight? Like, what are you doing? Aren't you listening to us?" And he just he like tuned them out.
Mm-hmm.
Able to use his gear and superior fighting style to fight against this guy. In fact, in his first encounter, he kind of gassed him. He gave him a fake Ultron hand, and when he crunched it, the gas inside of it released, completely depowering him. So in many ways, he's got like Batman levels of prep. This guy is capable of purpose because he's got the millionaire playboy act. Yeah.
I mean, this fight won't be prepped, so.
Oh no, yeah, this is just stuff he carries on him. Like he didn't expect the Sentry to sick,
Mm-hmm.
and he
So
didn't expect
basically,
to win Hulk that day either. Yeah.
so basically, Taskmaster also has his shield, right? So for like, if he threw like these flash grenades at him, he could just raise his shield in front of him so that the light wouldn't reach his face. He could also, for like the Hulk scan, right, where he like literally jumps on the Hulk's back. That's more of like a stealth thing. He's literally just getting the drop on him.
Well, that in his ear, like it shows that his gear is capable of harming the Hulk.
Yeah, well, he could just always like avoid the gear, right? Because that's the type of guy a Taskmaster is. He doesn't like to get hit, knowing that the people he fights can do damage to him.
Yeah, I can see that, but again, when that also would play into like the hand to hand stuff. But I don't think he's gonna like go throw a range route. Maybe he'll throw discs from a range, but other than that,
Yeah,
all of
well,
the stuff is close quarters.
if he goes into the range game, right, I really feel that Taskmaster has him beat. Because Taskmaster has copied the style of Hawkeye, right, and Captain America as well, and these
Mm-hmm.
people are accuracy gods.
Oh, dude. So Moon Knight has fought against Bullseye. Bullseye
Mm-hmm.
was able to tag him with one of his knives, and once again, that pain negation. He just shrugged it off and
Mm-hmm.
proceeded. He managed to close the gap in on Bullseye and beat the mess out of him. The fight
Yeah, of
was,
course.
however, ultimately inconclusive because there was a little thing called cops, and after a while,
Mm-hmm.
they just split off.
Yeah, so basically for the Hawkeye thing, I'll post this scan of the Hawkeye. So basically, the fight starts off from close. I mean, from like long range distance, right? He closes the distance, and he literally fights Hawkeye until he gets bored, and then he knocks him on his ass, basically.
Right. So it just seems like in character, these two are. This is going to be a hand to hand fight.
Mm-hmm.
Just for how well these guys close the gap in on distance fighters. But Moon Knight himself is also a very talented marksman. In his suit form, in Mr. Knight form, he was able to throw he went into the sewers where this like psychotic killer was, right? It was called the Slasher or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he went in there and he threw it, and he managed to ricochet the disc off the wall.
You're a weapon.
Weak point.
No, you're good now.
Oh, I'm good? Okay. As you can see there, he was able to throw the disc. He ricocheted it off the wall into the guy's weak point, which caused him to spaz out and ultimately take the L.
Well, in this scan, right, it seems that the guy, right, has like no fighting skill whatsoever, because like
no, it's
fucking Moon Knight's like handling him with his hands behind his back.
Yes. No, this isn't Jackie Chan or anything. I'm just showing you that he can hit small weak points and stuff with little to no ease.
Well, if we're talking weak points, Taskmaster has studied up on pressure points, right? And he knows a few pressure points that can cause like instant like unconsciousness, right?
Right.
And, let me see if I can get a scan of that. So, like, and for like the like crescent thing, if they're in close quarters combat, I don't think Taskmaster will give basically he won't give Moon Knight the chance to throw these little crescents, right?
Right.
Because he'll be putting the pressure on him.
Oh, well, he can use the crescents as like little knives and stuff. Like he can hold them in his hand and use the blades as like knives and stuff like that, like his own little makeshift daggers.
Mm-hmm. So basically, so what's he gonna do, right? Like if he goes to reach for the knife and Taskmaster like slashes at him, right? Like he won't, because Taskmaster will come in with like a sword and shield in hand, right?
Right. Well, his reaction speed's capable of swapping hands with Spidey. Spidey's been able to dance around Taskmaster the same as with Deadpool. He was able to get these gear off just fine. On top of that, he's got his carbonadium armor, which does, and as you showed the Asgardian scan of him capable of slashing through Asgardian steel. But I mean, Wolverine, the the local adamantium practitioner, the connoisseur of adamantium-based fighting. He's able to cut through beings like Thor as well. He's able to cut through Thanos, Hulk. Whack jobs like that.
Well, all adamantium is different, right? Wolverine's adamantium is very, very special.
Isn't Taskmaster's shield like a perfect replica of Cap's shield?
Yeah, it's an exact replica of Cap's shield, except in the fact that it chops through flesh on throws, right? Because usually Cap, when he there is a scan of like Cap pressing it into what's his name's face, Wolverine's brother's face, right, and making him bleed, right? But Taskmaster can just do that off throws. Basically, he's like blocks the bullets from this woman, and he's like, "Yo, you see this? This is a replica of like Captain America's shield, right? Except one way, right?" And he freaking lobs her head off, basically.
Right.
And since he has copied like Captain America's shield throws, right, and Captain America does like the unpredictable angles, right? How will Moon Knight respond to those unpredictable angles?
So for Moon Knight, like I said, he's able to keep up with Spidey. Even Spidey comments on his unique style, or not fighting style, but his unique way of fighting and how fast he is. He says he's faster than his fast all. And on top of that, he's capable of dodging Venom when he's already getting the drop on him. So as you see there, Venom is jumping my dude. Moon Knight's like, wow. He's taken by surprise. Like Venom is inches from his head, and he's still able to kick him into the ground and dodge retaliation attacks. And he's later able to take hits from that same Venom. And like as one last, capable of fighting toe to toe with Black Suit Daredevil, even capable of punching him through walls. And
so here's
God,
so I just posted 2 scans of like Taskmaster literally negging Spidey, right? He negs Spidey, like everything that Spidey tries to do, he pretty much has a counter for it, and then he literally does his best Daredevil impression, and then throws the
shield?
like this little billy club, right? No, he throws his
Okay,
billy club, right?
right.
And then he ricochets it off of like 3 different poles, right? And it hits Spidey in the back of the head, and literally brings Spidey to his knees, right?
Right.
And for the Venom thing, Taskmaster also has has a intercation with the Venom, right? And he literally like bodied Venom. Let's see if I have that.
Well, he didn't body him. He pulled out a sword in front of all their supervillain allies and like slashed him. He has the capability to hurt him. But he didn't
Oh
really,
no,
like,
he was definitely giving. He definitely gave Venom some work.
he gave him the finger.
Let me see if I can get that. This might take a minute, so
Cool.
it's my fault if it
I'll,
takes
I'll
a
just
while.
I'll keep talking while you're looking for that. So there's also, I posted it down there, or at least it is posting. The same Daredevil that Moon Knight was capable of bodying the Black Suit has shown better, like Black Suit. Black Suit Daredevil is naturally comparable to Red Suit Daredevil because they're the same person. And Red Suit Daredevil was capable of swapping hands with Master to extraordinary degrees, even capable of making him I think that's the right one, yeah. Even Taskmaster comments on how good of a fighter Daredevil is. And of course, there's Captain America, who throws his mighty shield, who makes Taskmaster yield.
So for the Daredevil thing, right?
Right.
Basically, Daredevil is hinting, right, that he's only like playing into Taskmaster's hands, right? And it appears like Taskmaster's really just like toying with him, because he even says, "Oh, nice one, real nice one," right? Like he's literally like joking.
Oh, that's how he always is. He freaking
He
when
is, yes, he is always
yeah.
like that, but he's
That's
not
just
really
the same
taking him
character.
seriously.
I think
And
that's how he would
if you
actually.
do know how that fight ended, right? Daredevil didn't continue trying to fight him. He literally like made him copy his acrobatic jump, right? And then made Taskmaster jump into the middle of the street, and then he got hit by a car. And then Punisher came to interrupt the fight.
Yeah. And speaking of Punisher, Punisher has also
And
fought against
I
Task.
also point. Oh no, my fault. I also posted the scans of Taskmaster
Oh yeah, the Venom
bodying,
thing. Yeah,
bodying Venom.
he dodged. Yeah, he dodged blows from him. That's without a doubt. He didn't really body him though. He worked around him. That's for sure.
Well, he was literally like saving the day for everyone that was there. Like everyone was like trying to fight Venom, and then Taskmaster steps. It's like, hold my beer, and he
Yeah.
literally gives him more. So the Punisher thing, you can continue.
Yeah. Just a quick thing for the Punisher. Oh, there's 2 things. Cap, obviously, you have him holding his neck there, saying, "If you touch my girl again, it's going to be game over for you, Chief." And for Punisher, in the latest Punisher issues that came out, see, everyone thinks I hate Punisher. I really don't. I swear, I've read Punisher. The dude.
Yeah, you're a Punisher hater.
Oh, obviously. The dude in one of my favorite Punisher feats ever, except I can't have those. My bad. He was going up against an army of Hydra agents and soloing them all on their home turf. In jail, and then Taskmaster in there to watch over him. And in the end, this weekend, Punisher was still able to go toe to toe with Taskmaster. And as you showed up there, Taskmaster even regards Frank Castle's fighting style as being one of the best around. And Moon Knight is capable of dancing around Taskmaster. Taskmaster, or not Taskmaster, Punisher. Punisher. He even regards Punisher as Punisher regarded Moon Knight as being like this godly fighter. They were on the docks.
Here's Taskmaster literally fighting Punisher straight up, embodying him, basically.
Oh yeah, and then
Punisher doesn't even get a hit in.
He said to each his own. I'll get you.
And here's another scan of I don't know if this was the same thing that you were talking about, but pretty sure that's Punisher there.
Yeah, the prison thing.
With a sword in his with a sword in his chest.
Yeah, and then that one he actually managed to get hits off in that comic. So give Frank Castle some work there. What I'm saying is, so they're both high above Punisher levels.
And so how do you has Moon Knight ever ran in with Cap, and how do those fights go mostly?
For Cap regards him as being one of the top dogs. So apologies for that scan not being of best quality. That's from my comic, but Cap regards him so highly that he even put him on his secret Black Ops team, where basically Cap went off and got like the best of the best, and put them on this team. So if stuff ever goes down, something that needs to be kept incognito, even I think it's Miss Marvel talking to, I don't know, the person, Carol Danvers, that's it. She says, I'm not supposed to tell you this. This is extremely hush-hush, but Moon Knight's on like that team, and Cap even periodically checks up on him to make sure he's doing his job because he's a valued member of that team. Squaring up against Spidey on multiple occasions and Daredevil, which would put him on Cap's level, if not higher. Because of the previously mentioned hacks and stuff, yeah.
Well, Cap's. I was talking mainly like fighting skill, not like in strength terms, right? So here's literally Taskmaster. He's literally like bodying Captain America, right? And Captain America had to resort to an energy scion shield. He literally like took Taskmaster by surprise, and he doesn't even like finish the fight. He literally flips him off the boat that they're fighting with. He like kind of like BFRs him.
Yeah, that is a finished fight. What you talking about? That's the second time, dude.
He didn't. All right, so he didn't. Right, so he didn't want to keep fighting Taskmaster, so he got rid of him. That's not really a.
Hey man, I consider that a win. But
that's not a win, buddy.
That's a win. I don't know what you're talking about. You're boring me. Get off my.
And he's also Taskmaster has also been able to fight Captain America at the same time as Bucky, right? He's fought them both at the same time.
Yeah, it's not a Taskmaster debate if you don't post that scan. You better post that scan.
Yeah, I'll find it. So, and then Captain America, right? He stops fighting Taskmaster and he says, well, shit, he knows my fighting style too well. Bucky, you fight him. And then Bucky comes from behind Taskmaster and tries to swipe at him. Let me see if I can find this shit.
But what happens when Captain America gets serious?
What are you talking about? Basically in this fight?
No, just in general. When Captain Tasky are fighting, what happens when Captain America gets serious?
Well, Captain America usually takes the physical capabilities. He gets his little gets his period, and then he starts to act up.
What's that thing Splash says? He gets his pants in the water or whatever?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my god. Am I not gonna find this Taskmaster shit?
Yeah, man. Bro, I'm about to post it for you. I already posted one scan for you. Best believe I'll post it for you. Where is it? There it is. Here, I'm about to post it for you. That'd be crazy. It's not a Taskmaster debate if we don't post the scans. So like, it's basically mandatory that we post the scan. imagine your opponent posting scans for you. This is the second time.
Oh my gosh.
Imagine, but no. So on that physical edge, I definitely would think that Moon Knight's capable of tanking this. Not only the armor feats he's had,
Wait,
like
I do have
taking.
scans. My fault.
Bro, it's right here. I've already posted it. Wait, come on. It's like
Yeah, it's
90
not.
seconds
It's
back.
not
There we
showing up.
go.
God
Boom.
damn it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Debate wars where your opponent posts scans for you.
I have a bunch. They were in my inventory. It's just that they were far down into the inventory.
Yeah, I got you. But I guess like summarize the put the final nail on the skill thing. It says there that he is versatile in all martial arts, including say it.
Savate.
That's it, savate, which is apparently like Italian jiu-jitsu or something.
It's French kickboxing. Yeah.
French kickboxing, close enough.
Well, Taskmaster does know all martial arts, right? He's fought Cap who has literally bodied what was that little robot that knew all the martial arts
I don't know.
styles,
I know what
right?
you're talking about, though. I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And he's copied Iron Fist on multiple occasions, right? So
But I guess what I'm saying is they're close enough in terms of skill and abilities. Like they have some very similar feats, like both bodying Punisher and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then what I'm thinking is add that onto his pain negation and his busted armor and tricks and stuff, which can mess with the Hulk and Sentry and even take hits from Doom himself.
Well,
and I think
he'll just like avoid him really, and then Taskmaster will be going for the kill immediately. He'll be looking to end the fight as soon as possible.
Moon Knight will just avoid him.
Well, if we're going close quarters combat, right? Taskmaster's gonna go for killing blows.
Right.
That'll literally like wear him down as fast as possible, right? He'll go for like very vital areas. And then maybe he'll finish with like a heart punch, a stab through the neck or something.
Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah, like we don't even have to bloodlust this fight because both of these guys they go for killing blows and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But how often?
Wait, what was your question?
I was just gonna ask how often or experienced is Taskmaster in Chi stuff? Because I think that Moon Knight can outlast him because of that pain negation and capable of like for example, Bullseye was able to tag him with that dagger. Bullseye is known for going for vital areas and areas that slow down because he's also a sadist, maybe more than.
So what you're trying to ask is how often is like Taskmaster skilled or something?
Like how often does he use those tricks? Like is that like a frequent thing that he shows?
What kind of tricks do you mean?
The like the chi thing and stuff.
Okay, so if he's going for the kill, he's gonna use the chi thing. He has copied like Iron Fist's.
I agree. What I'm saying is
when he's copying Iron Fist abilities, he might be using chi, right?
Right. How do I word this? Like how late in the fight would he resort to it? There we go.
He's gonna resort to it very quickly when he once he sees that like the first few hits, right? That should like why isn't he like staggering or whatever? Like he seems to not be feeling anything I'm throwing at him, right? Mm-hmm. He's just gonna go for okay, so you don't feel anything, so I'll just go for like your vitals.
Yeah,
and usually right, Taskmaster when he's in a fight, most of the time he's fighting, right? It's literally like people are swarming him, right? And he literally deals with everybody as quick as possible.
Oh, dude. Yeah, Moon Knight has also done that in his suit form, his Mr. Knight form. He was capable of rolling up on an entire an entire hotel of random thugs and goonies and junk like that. Even one guy who may or may not be high athlete level, and he was capable of dropping all. Yeah, athlete level. That's a thing, athlete level. Didn't know that until like the other day. There you go.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Swarm like just his like suit mode. He's capable of dealing with something like that as well. Yeah.
Okay, so they're in his 2008 run, right? Taskmaster had like the seven organizations, the seven assassin organizations had come up with a plan to kill Taskmaster. They literally put a $1 billion price on his head, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they run up on him while he's in a diner, right? And
Right.
this is one of his most chatty moments, right? He was like, okay, he had like taught everybody, right? These all seven of these organizations, right? So he's like, okay, class. It's like, this is your final exam. It will count for 100% of your grade at the end of the semester, and will be graded on who a pass fail class. How many
Who
people do you
lives?
think? Yeah, how many people do you think fail?
Now I'm gonna take a shot in the dark here. I'm gonna say all of them.
Yeah, everybody fails.
Oh,
He goes, fail,
they
fail,
all
fail, fail, fail.
they all failed. That's tough.
Yeah, and these organizations, right, had they already knew the type of fighter that Taskmaster was because he literally taught them, right? And they
Mm-hmm.
had prepared for him, and they still couldn't stop him. And there's another guy, right, towards the main bad guy towards the end of the comic had been preparing for Taskmaster for years. Like he literally learns a fighting style that requires that he changes his biological structure and makes the bones in his body like lighter in order for him to master. And
Mm-hmm.
he had been preparing for Taskmaster for years, right? Taskmaster he also displays an ability where he can copy he can use all the styles that he has copied in like one go. Let me see if I can get a scan of that. My scans are not in order. I hate this. Um,
Feels.
so yeah, he tells Taskmaster, "Oh yeah, you can't copy my style. Like your body isn't like ready for it."
Your
And
body.
like yeah, your body isn't like
Uh-huh.
able to fulfill
I'm
that.
putting
And
that in the no
Taskmaster,
context
oh my
file.
god.
Yep.
So
I'm gonna put that in there.
and the only reason why Taskmaster doesn't like copy his fighting style prior to this is because basically Taskmaster his reflexive uh abilities, right, where he can copy like fighting styles, it also takes a toll on his actual memories, right? And at the time, right, he had just remembered his wife who he had forgotten. So he's like, "Oh, I don't want to forget you." She's like, "You have to do it." Then he literally like one shots this man that he had been already that he had been going toe to toe with, basically.
Right. But then he is this, he's this skilled, chatty, this
Hmm.
incredible guy of pure peak human perfection. And then yeah, right, for Taskmaster, Moon Knight respect threads. He knows. But what happens then when he sees, like, for example, Deadpool, when he when Deadpool decides to take him seriously, right? Or what happens, say, when he meets a seriously amped physical human guy who's similar to his own right? Because what I think what it comes down to it here is they both more or less match out, with, I think, Taskmaster taking the edge, but with it due to
Hmm.
Moon Knight's unpredictable nature and his ability to shrug off, devastating blows to regular humans, who also have his superior physical stats that scale to people like Daredevil and Spidey and even Cap in some regards.
Well,
Oh, hold
so
on. We
basically,
we promised this wouldn't be like an hour long debate. Do you have any other points?
okay. So basically, I have like two more scans.
Okay, yeah, bring them up.
So if Taskmaster is going for like once he starts to initiate like his killing plan, right? Where okay, I'm just gonna go for a quick kill, right? He can double his speed because he was like, oh, but after reviewing my reference material in doubling speed, I realized I could perform my actions in double speed as well, right? So he will if Moon Knight is going toe to toe with him, right, before this quick, right,
Mm-hmm.
what will happen when he starts to double his speed, right? He'll start to start blitzing Moon Knight and try to go for like the most immediate kill. Is basically what I'm trying to say.
Okay, I found my carbonadium skin. The carbon. Yeah, I think that's where that carbonadium plus his pain resistance would come into handy. He should be able to outlast.
He'll be going for like vital areas, and he might just try to stab in his neck or something.
Oh yeah, okay. That's why we got that. That's why we got that armor. But and yeah, he's of course he's certainly no pushover with Deadpool and whatnot capable of going on with him, and he's even able to aim dodge that same not Venom. There it is, the Daredevil that I mentioned before. He's capable of taking on extremely quick opponents like Spider-Man, which would probably scale up both of these guys guys in terms of his speed and acrobatics. It's even stated in one of the guidebooks that he's more athletic than Cap and Daredevil, and Spidey was able to blitz Daredevil even though he has a superior radar sense, which I think is another thing that should be taken into account. Even his radar sense, Moon Knight's still capable of bodying him through concrete and aim dodging him. So his even beings with basically precognition can't get around this guy just because he's so insane. Well, and of course,
Daredevil
there's like one
master. He doesn't.
Don't sleep on Daredevil, man. Daredevil's done some crazy stuff. He was able to tag Quicksilver.
All right, but you got to wake up on Taskmaster as well.
Oh, dude, I'm staying woke. There's like one last thing. Dude, I've been woke. There's like one last thing I want to bring up as well. That same Thor that I brought up before. I already mentioned how you were able to go toe to toe with him. This guy is sick. If
you really want me to do it, I'll post a scan of Taskmaster hurting Thor.
Bet we can. Let's just wake our character. But no, don't worry. I'm not pulling a high.
This is just for the Hulk thing. Just in case people think, oh, he scaled his character to Hulk. I'll just scale him.
No. I'm not scaling my character to Hulk. I'm scaling his gear.
Yeah.
And Sentry.
And
Doom.
Here's a Taskmaster shield the Thor.
Yeah. But
you can continue.
We can't be asleep. Yeah, just last thing. You brought up how these guys jumped Taskmaster in a bar. So Moon Knight had that Ultron hand I brought up.
Did you cut out?
Whoops.
So Moon Knight had something that you brought up.
Yep, I'm live.
Yeah, you did.
I'm live.
You said cool. You said Moon Knight had
he stole an Ultron head from a guy in Las Vegas attempting to run a drug cartel, taking over, becoming the new kingpin of the West East Avengers. It's as confusing as it sounds. And basically,
you're robotic.
This guy got sick of him, so what he did was
Skinny, you're robotic.
Sick. This group is. All right. Long story short, bad guy sees Moon Knight. Bad guy is big, strong. Moon Knight was able to handle him and a bunch of his coons, which jumped him at night while he was on a date. There we go.
And for my final scan, here's Moon Knight bodying the Avengers, right? There's a few people, Ant-Man, Captain Marvel, both Captain Marvels are there. Some random cat guy, I don't know who that is. It's Ant-Man and they're literally trying to like fight him, and he's literally like prancing around them. He's blocking shots, and I like this scan really. Here's literally him. I like this scan a lot. Towards the end of the fight, the only reason why they kind of win, right, is because Quasar, I think that's Quasar, right? He literally he goes with the unpredictable route, and he like depowers, and then he kicks Taskmaster in the face. Ooh. And we see at the top right, he's literally like taking all three of them on at once. If you see the bottom, the last one I posted, top right corner. Yeah, so fighting a lot of people isn't out of Taskmaster's pay grade. That's really where he thrives, actually.
And I also wanted to bring up you brought up how Taskmaster can fight against people with like adamantium-esque like or carbonadium-esque like vibes. Taskmaster is also capable of fighting against the Black Panther to certain degrees. Let me get like a better scan of that actually. Let me grab it. And so I just think that you brought that up how he could fight people in that same grade. So can as well. And of course, I found another scan of him fighting against Doctor Doom, and taking hits from him. There we go. There it is. There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Is that everything?
Yeah. So you want to go to look, Zek is typing. Let's go to conclusions.
Oh no.
Yeah,
This
Zek, we're going to
bad.
conclusions.
Oh,
don't even finish the sex.
No, Zach.
We'll go to conclusions.
We're done. We're going to conclusions.
All right,
See, look, they don't even know how scary that is. That's the scariest thing on this server when you see Zek is typing.
Yeah. Since I started since I started it, you can conclude first.
Okay, no problem. Zach says we have to leave it up to the comments. All right,
cool.
People in the chat, y'all don't leave. We'll leave it up to the comments, but y'all talk to us after it's done. I want to hear your thoughts. All right, so in conclusion, I proved that Moon Knight is an absolutely absurd fighter. He's capable of outmatching Deadpool in terms of craziness, and is so unpredictable. Even the voices in his head don't know what he's doing at times, which I think would give him an edge over Taskmaster. On top of that, he's versed in all forms of martial art, including Italian kickboxing, close enough, and and is a very skilled opponent when it comes to gear usage. His gear is capable of harming beings such as distorting the Sentry and harming Hulk-like beings and Thor beings, and even capable of taking hits from Doctor Doom as his carbonate armor. And finally, I was able to bring up multiple examples of him capable of taking on with high street tier meta villains such as or heroes and villains such as Spider-Man and Daredevil and Venom.
Okay,
yeah,
so you're
go
done.
ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
good. So in conclusion, I proved that I proved that Taskmaster has better skill. He goes toe to toe with high street tier metas as well, and mainly Captain America and Spidey. He does it on like a consistent, regular, right? He bodies them in skill, and I feel as if the amount of styles that he has copied will give him the edge, right? Being able to double his speed, the chi thing where he stops his heart, and basically he'll go in and try to end the fight as quickly as possible.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. Put an F in the chat for your boy Splash and his throat. And yeah, see you guys.
Hey, yo. I'm putting that in no context.